All right, guys. Well, we are back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus for me. This summer it was hot. I didn't have air conditioning in here. I now have air conditioning, so we are back. Gonna be probably doing like a little bit of an intro like this, just kind of giving an overview of each episode before I post them, so that way you have an idea of what's coming. Had Jake Wallingford back on again. He had some fun experiences this spring and so far at the end of the summer here. Had a couple different hunts and a lot of stuff with Anywind going on. And speaking of Anywind, they are going to be the first and the title sponsor of the podcast. Anywind Field Spray, I've used it all last year. I've used it for a couple years now for a couple different reasons, and it just works. That's all I can really tell you. Jay kind of gave me a little bit of an overview, so I'm going to read that off just so that way you guys kind of have an idea. Anywind Field Spray. Are you getting tired of busted by those old does and wise bucks? Always feel like the other brands just don't work? Check out Anywind Spray, featuring their trademarked revolutionary scent, Hone Technology. Spray it on your gear, let it dry, and hunt any wind. Eliminates natural and synthetic odors, truly ensuring you stay undetected in any wind conditions. And let me tell you, this stuff really does work. Last year, using it all season, I never got busted once by a single deer, and I have never had so many close encounters with a deer. I had multiple deer literally at the stand or the tree right underneath me. Never knew I was there. I just honestly couldn't believe that I just never got busted. And the only thing that I did different from any other year was use Anywind Field Spray. So go check out their website, huntannywind.com. They're also on social medias at huntannywind. This stuff truly does work great. I've used it in a couple different occasions. Just especially like if your clothes smell, just spray it on there. It dries. It's gone. I used it when we hunted in Canada, and I sprayed my clothes that smelled like BO, sprayed them, dry, gone. I don't know what it is about it. It's like some sort of magic stuff. They have their own special formula that nobody else has, and the stuff is truly incredible. So, thanks for Anywind for being the title sponsor of the podcast, and excited to have Jake on. So, hope you guys enjoy this episode. Fucking wrecking me.
I've had a headache all day today. I think it's
That wind is
probably more allergy related. I mean,
it is.
it seems like cold stuff's always going around, but
Yeah, I don't know. I can't decide what mine is, but well, we
are you recording already?
yeah. We just got a Busch Light today because honestly, I got kind of sick of drinking all those crafty beers, and I'll get back into them again. But I was just like, whatever. I honestly haven't really been drinking that much lately. I've been cutting back because I've been trying to exercise and get healthy and not be so fat. So
Right. Same here. I haven't. Well, we had a few drinks in Wyoming after the success, but other than that, I haven't drank anything in months, and I've kind of been on strike until the old Busch Apple comes back.
Is it not back yet?
I haven't seen it.
Really? That's true. I guess I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, I would buy a 6-pack of it if it was on there, but I haven't
think
found
it.
it.
Should be by now.
Yeah, I noticed one place in Fremont had a sign out in front of the restaurant. It's like a new burger place that they had it.
Yeah.
But
you would think by September is when they'd be rolling it out.
Right, it's pretty much fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know they did Busch Light Lime this year. I don't know if you ever saw that or not. This summer they did Busch Light Lime.
Yeah, I definitely didn't have it.
Yeah, that was the first time they just did it this year for the first time, and it was pretty good. I mean, it's kind of like drinking a Bud Light Lime, but not quite as sweet, so it wasn't bad. But
yeah.
I mean, I'd rather drink a Busch Light Apple, or the peach was okay, but
yeah, I had the peach last year, I think in the summer, but
yeah,
I don't know. I try to stay away from the beer anyway, just because I don't have the calories to give, and if I'm gonna do something reckless, it's gonna be like eat a candy bar or something. So
yeah. All right, well, we got Jake on today, first returning guest. I guess,
oh, am I?
Yeah, really.
Take that, Ben.
Yeah, so it's been it's been a hiatus for me. I haven't really done anything all summer because it's been so hot, and I didn't have an AC unit in here, but now I do. So I got it cooled down a little bit.
Yeah, it's super nice in here.
Yeah, I only had that thing running for like probably 20 to 30 minutes before I got here too. Like,
yeah,
I could get a lot colder, but it'll do the job for now, and hopefully we'll keep running some pods. But you've had an eventful spring and summer. Honestly, I mean, really since I quit podcasting, you've done a lot.
Yeah, we stacked the content for you, and then now it's probably time to talk about it. But yeah, let's see, you had me on December or January, probably
January,
before the Nebraska Big Game Expo.
Mm-hmm.
Then we did the Anywind stuff, talked about that, which that's been awesome and taken off. And then I had spring bear hunt, and then just got back from Wyoming antelope hunting.
Yeah.
And had 2 great hunts. And yeah, between that and the Anywind stuff, and then just life in general over the summer, and you know how that is with kids and all that stuff, we've been super busy. So, sitting in the antelope blind last week was like a break from
the first time you really
the
sat
chaos.
Just sat.
Yeah, and you know how that is. I mean, generally, you and I go and hunt in Nebraska. I mean, we've done that, 3 or 4 times now, last 3 or 4 years. And that hunt is brutal compared to even like Wyoming. Like sitting 3 days in Wyoming is the equivalent to sitting like 7 in Nebraska.
Oh, really?
Because
you're not seeing as much, I suppose.
Right.
Like you had quite a few does and stuff coming in. Like you at least had some action.
Yeah. And I guess I should say the mentally taxing side of it in Wyoming is quicker because you're expecting to see more. Sure. So like after a day or two of not getting a shot, you're like, what the heck? Yeah. You know, what is going on?
Especially because everybody else in your camp was killing.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. So that was, I was starting to get a little bit of a attitude the third day where I'm like, come on, but in Nebraska, like if you go 3 days, you're used to that. Like 3 or 4 days, you're like, all right, should get one to water soon. And, hunting over water holes is it's awesome, but it's also just the most mentally exhausting. And you end up delirious by the end of it.
I know.
14-hour days. And I think last time you and I were in Nebraska, I think it was about 14-hour days, and we would get out of there and just be like, not even say a word to each other for 45 minutes driving back.
We'd get to the truck as fast as we could.
Yeah,
and just drive.
Like, well, wake up tomorrow and do it again.
Drive back to that little shack and get that chicken finger meal with the fries and the ice cream.
Yeah, and
face.
What was that place called? It's that in Crawford, that drive-in.
I can't remember what that one's called.
Yeah, there's 2 actually.
The
other
other one's
Crawford.
called the Dairy Suite because that's the original chain from the Dairy Chef. So I knew that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
but I can't remember what the other one's called. But
oh man, I'm drawing a blank now. I want to say like Chester's, but I think that's a chicken.
Chester's is the chicken I think they serve.
Right,
but
it was something like that. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Either way, food is good there.
Yeah.
Shout out to that place. Whatever its name
is.
If
you're ever in Crawford, go hit up that little place. It's straight across from the Dollar General.
Yep.
They got good food and good ice cream, and it's cheap. And it's a great stop.
Yeah.
I did miss not going to Nebraska this year.
I know. It was like August 20th rolled around, and my heart longed for it too.
All stuff started popping up on my phone from like last year and the years prior.
Right.
I'm just like, I want to be out there so bad.
Right. I mean, we always see a really good amount of goats out there. It's just, I think the only real ever like solid shot opportunity we ever had was in 2022. I had that for Nebraska. It would have been a nice slammer of a buck. Mm-hmm. But he came into water, and it was at that tank, and there was a ton of does. Yeah. I mean, he had 15 does with him, 15, maybe.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
And it wasn't like little bucks and does, and it was does and him, and that was it. And he came in and watered last, and by the time I got drawn back and was like really settling in, he kind of, I think, was like, hey, it's time to skedaddle out of here. And he ran off like, I don't know, what I thought was maybe 20 yards past the tank. So I had my pin, I was shooting that single pin, which this is really the sole reason why I went from that single pin to the double reference single pin.
Yep.
Because he ran out and started feeding again, and I thought he was maybe 40 or 45 yards. So I just held high on him and pretty much hit exactly where I was aiming, up in no man's land. Yeah. And we got, what did we do? We stalked in on him the next day in the morning.
Yeah.
We found him bedded in a drainage, and gosh, we got probably within 70 or 60 maybe. And I don't remember if I shot at him or if we spooked him out of there. Did I get an arrow off?
You shot, but he was gone before the arrow got there. He knew it was coming.
He knew we were there, and so I yanked the bow back quick and took a shot. And
we could never get close to him after that ever again.
No. And I'm fully confident he lived because I didn't hit anything that was
No.
He had all 4 legs, and it was not in the vitals, and I am positive a coyote couldn't get to him or anything like that.
Yep.
Outside of maybe dying from an infection weeks later, but
usually they survive that type of stuff. I mean, it was in that no zone area.
Right.
It's just
complete pass through, so it wasn't like I smashed into a shoulder blade or something, and he was
still running just fine.
But yeah, that was the best opportunity we've ever had in Nebraska over water. And even after like what we did last year in Colorado and shot that great buck, thinking about where we hunt in Nebraska, I would be more inclined to go spot and stock and not.
We learned a lot from that hunt.
Yeah.
Like now we know how to spot and stock an antelope.
Right.
Which makes a huge difference. Like we didn't know that.
And I don't even like, I think it's just, we didn't have faith in it where like, there's no, my big ass and then you trying to film behind. It's like, there's no way we're getting within bow range, but in Colorado, I almost feel like that terrain was less concealable than where we hunt in Nebraska.
Mm-hmm. I thought so too.
And we had Alex, me, and you, and we got it done on a huge buck. I mean, he was well over Pope, and I can't remember what he scored, but it was like mid-70s, which is I mean,
he's a stud.
That's an all-day shooter for an antelope. But,
oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah. So Wyoming, I just got back from that, and that's all waterhole stuff. And most of the shots are. Turn this off.
No, you're fine.
Most of the shots are, 15 to 20, like 20 tops.
Yeah.
And there was 2 blinds that he had that were more for crossbow guys, which you could get a 10 to 15 yard shot, but there was also, we got some rain a couple days before we got out there, which I'd had no clue. The weather looked perfect, and he called us literally. We had drove into Douglas, and the guy we were hunting with called us, said, "Hey, are you guys still in Nebraska?" We're like, "No, we're like 20 minutes from your place." He's like, "Oh, I was going to tell you to turn around and come back in a couple days." Oh, we got a ton of rain. There's rain all over. Oh, there's puddles in the road and whatever, and we're thinking, shoot. So I am of the believer, we're here to hunt, let's just hunt. Like, even if the odds are stacked against us a little bit, you're better off being in the blind than trying to wait and play the whole, let's see what the weather does. Yeah. And so I was like, I say we hunt. All the other guys were like, we're here. Like, we're not driving, 9 hours back. Right. And so we get out there, and you could tell, like, the water holes that were 20 yards were now 40, 45 yards. Yep. Like, the drainage had filled them up. And so there were 2 blinds that were like 45-yard shots, and 2 of the 6 guys in the group had crossbows, so we put them on those. And then a couple of the other guys had never shot antelope before, so we were like, you guys pick, whatever you're most comfortable with. Essentially, long story short, I picked last on blinds. Okay. And the blind I was in wasn't bad, but there was only 1 buck in that pasture and a whole pile of does, which is fine, but it's hard. I mean, you know how that is with 15 sets of eyes while you're trying to draw back or whatever, and that many sets of noses that can wind you or see a move or whatever. So first antelope I saw was that buck, and he was on his own. Yeah. And he came in like to about 70 yards, like he maybe was going to come drink, but this was like 6:45 in the morning. So usually they're not drinking like right away. They, when it gets hot midday, they'll come drink or whatever. Occasionally they'll drink right away, but I thought, holy smokes, this might be it. Like the first time I went out there, I tagged out in like an hour. So I was thinking, is this really going to happen again? I'm like, no way. And, so when I say complete opposite from Nebraska, that's what I mean. 'Cause it's like he was a stud, comparable, maybe a little smaller than the Colorado one I shot last year, but still a great antelope. Yeah. And he didn't come in, ended up going up the draw to where all those does were. And then, I don't know, a couple hours later, I had 1 doe come in and, 13 yards, like chip shot. I'm thinking, man, if I can get a buck to do this, we're in business. And then nothing the rest of the day until about 4 p.m., 4 does came in. And so then I was like, okay, there's obviously plenty of antelope in here. Yeah. It's just a matter of when that buck comes to drink. Right. And I was thinking maybe there's a puddle from rain that I didn't, there's a bunch of wind towers in that pasture. Yeah. And so they have gravel maintenance, like access roads to those towers so the guys can work on them and stuff. I thought, man, if there's just even a slight rut with some water in it, he's probably drinking from that.
Yep.
And so first day didn't get anything. Second day had 4 or 5 does come in like at 9, and then a whole pile of them with that big buck, but he kind of just hung back. And I never did get a shot at him. And I thought, man, I could sit this water hole and maybe scrap a shot at this thing over the next 2-3 days, or enough of the guys in the group had tagged out on day 1.
Yeah.
I think 3 of the 6 tagged out on day 1.
Sure.
I thought, maybe I'll just go jump in one of their blinds and see what happens. So Don shot one day 1 out of the blind I ended up killing out of. And then Jason shot one day 2. So crazy. I didn't tell you guys about this. So Jason, who I've known for forever, he's a phenomenal bow hunter. Like we were razzing him because he doesn't hunt. Well, I shouldn't say this. He does hunt a ton, but he's like the quiet hunter who never talks about it.
Oh, okay.
Then all of a sudden you get a picture of just this giant buck that he's killed or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I didn't even know you were going. And he's just like that.
Yeah.
And he always finds a way to get it done.
Really?
You know? And so he's also a man of very few words.
Yeah.
So he's not like gonna elaborate on lots of stuff or whatever.
A crazy big story and like.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've heard him swear. So for me, like when we go on these trips, like you count on one hand in the minute, you know, or whatever. So I'm like him. It's funny because I got a text from him and I look and the first 2 words are well, F.
Yeah.
But the full
from him?
Yes, from him.
No way.
I'm thinking, oh man, he must have missed or something.
Yeah.
So he just bought a new Bowtech.
Yeah.
It was used, but he bought it at Shields.
Yeah.
It's only like a 2-year-old bow.
Right.
Super nice. Huge upgrade for him. He was shooting like an older Matthews Mission.
Oh, okay.
Killed a ton of deer with it. He just thought it might be time to upgrade or whatever. He was practice drawing and with an arrow on. And when he let down, his string jumped his cam.
Oh, no.
So when he had let down, he was like, oh my gosh. This was like midday.
What do you do?
Yeah. So he's like, I can't do it. I need a bow press. Like I can't do anything. It's my string jumped off my bow. And when he texted me that, I said, do you mean a buck jumped your string or you mean like, he's like, no, my string came off my bow.
Really?
I'm like,
that's a nightmare.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to puke right now. I felt so bad for him. And so we were probably an hour from, Casper, Wyoming.
Yep.
And they have a bow shop. We're closest to Douglas, but there's no like sporting goods stores there.
Right.
Casper has that. So he's like, I'm done. I'm going to go help Don deal with his antelope. And that was Don's first antelope, which was awesome. And that's a whole nother story. He shot the biggest horned doe I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, like full blown. Really? You know, yeah.
Did you know it was a doe, or do you think it was a buck?
He thought it was a buck. Yeah. And he just had she had real funky, like straight out, non-typical. Yeah. And he thought, oh, that's a gnarly buck. I'm going to shoot that thing. Yeah. So that was the other kind of wild one. But so he's like, I'm gonna help Don get his doe, thought was buck, taken care of, and I'll have to figure this out later. Like he was upset.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so they decide the next morning they're gonna go to Casper. Mm-hmm. So they drop me off at my blind, and then they start driving to Casper, waiting for it to open up. Yeah. And to get in there as soon as possible. And so that second day stuff I just told you about, that's how it was happening. Jason comes back, gets back to camp around like noon, and he's like, I'm just going to go sit Don's blind that he was in. There's like 20 bucks in this pasture. It's a good spot, perfect water hole. I'll just see what happens. So he goes in there midday at like 1:15.
No way.
And gets set up. I'm texting him. He's not seeing anything. Him and I are texting back and forth, and I don't hear anything from him. Yeah. And like 15, 20 minutes later, he texts me and says, I'm about 99% sure I've got another Anywind picture for you. Because I was telling all the guys were using my spray, and he's like, I kept telling him, I'll yank your sponsorship deals if you don't take pictures with them. And about half of them only took pictures anyway. Yeah. So that was kind of humorous. But so I'm like, oh, right on, big one or whatever. He's like, yeah, it looked like a real nice one. And sends me a picture, and he shot a stud.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the only antelope that came in.
Really?
Real nice buck, like bigger than that one I shot in 2020, but, smaller than last year. Just a
right in between, but
super solid buck.
Yeah, good antelope.
Bigger than the one I killed and it, last week. So, super nice buck. And, he made a perfect shot. This water hole is just money. Like your longest shot's going to be like 15 to 17 yards.
That's perfect.
And they come right in, and it's just the blind. Like I told the guy that owns the place, I said, pour a freaking concrete pad where that blind is going to go. Put it in the same exact spot every year because it is or marked. Do something to mark it. Obviously, he's not going to do the concrete
put
thing.
Put a stake in the ground or something.
I'm like, it is perfect. You should have it in the exact spot every single year.
Yeah.
And so after he did that, Don killed. The first day. I'm thinking if there's still 20 plus bucks in that field.
Yeah.
We could be in business again. And so they were like, if I were you, I'd just go back to that blind. Like, why not? And so we ended up killing 3 bucks in 3 days out of that.
That's
that
awesome.
Blind. Yeah. And mine came in on his own, beeline from, you know how it is with antelope. Like you'll be watching, okay, there's one 800 yards away or whatever. Next thing you know, you look and they're kind of walking your way.
Yep.
And you have to temper your emotions a little bit where you're like, okay, he's probably not going to come all the way in or whatever. But this sucker came in on a string.
Yeah.
Did not break a beat until he got about 40 yards from the water.
Yeah.
And he stopped and looked at the blind, walked in a little closer. When he was about 10 yards from me, probably 5 yards from the water, he stopped, looked straight into the blind to try to see if he could, smell or see anything. He couldn't. Walk to the water hole. Then they're like those old does that they'll pretend like they're eating grass and they look right up at you.
Yep.
He tried to pump fake me 3 times, which I know how they are, so I wasn't even trying to. I maybe was starting to just put some tension on, but I'm like, I ain't moving till I can hear him drinking,
Yep.
So he was probably only, we can show the video on here if you want to cut it in.
We'll throw it on there,
Yeah, I stepped it off. I was saying 8 yards, but realistically 8 to 10 yards.
Yeah,
like
still close.
Of all times to have my recurve, I killed that one in 2020 with my recurve at 17 or 18 yards.
Yeah,
and literally as I'm drawing my bow back, I'm thinking it'd be so much with the recurve right now just to pull back and shoot. But because I was that close, I was really trying to, and you can hear my arrow just bouncing like a son of a gun.
Because you're trying to draw it slow.
Right. Yeah. And your adrenaline's going and you're trying to slow draw it. And I'm trying not to blow my shoulder up like I did on that buck last year. So
it's hot and not cold.
Yeah. All these things are going through my head. And when I finally came back, I was just so relieved that he was still drinking. And I came back and, you get your sight, pin on him. And at 8 to 10 yards, it's like shooting a 4x8 sheet of plywood. Exactly. You're like, I got this.
You get it anywhere right there in the area and just let it rip.
So I settled right behind his shoulder and let it rip and absolutely drilled him. His lungs were obliterated. His heart was severed from his arteries. Yeah. He froze up in the air and jumped forward in the video.
You guys will see it because it's the craziest thing ever. You shoot him.
Never seen anything
jumps
like it.
Straight into the air and just straight up cannonballs into the water and just dies in the water. Right. It's the wildest thing. I've seen videos of people that shoot a mule deer at a water tank before.
Right.
And they do that where they jump, and then they land in the water tank and they usually get back out of it. But that antelope just literally just jumped, cannonballed, and just flopped over.
He was just just legs in the air.
It was so funny.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I think my initial reaction was something to the effect of holy bleep, because I just, when you see it, especially with antelope, they usually run.
They just run. They don't jump. They just run.
Hundreds of yards. You could smoke one in the heart, and they're still going to go 200
just take
yards.
Off running. Yeah, that's what was so funny about it. It was like he jumped off a diving board.
Yeah,
just cannonballed and was done.
I'm like, that was. But yeah, those beast broadheads, not to be a bandwagon, whatever. But say what you want about Bomar, any of that stuff, those broadheads are the real deal.
They're good, yeah.
I think they helped save my hunt in Colorado last year when he kind of ducked the string at that long shot. And obviously, where I hit him, you could have been shooting a field
anything,
point and he would have died. But
Yeah.
the impact and the carnage of what happened and his response to it, I think was because of that, you know.
Sure.
And what's crazy too is it went through and then got stuck like at the fletching. So pretty much complete pass through, but still hanging. And then, you know, he's in the water flopping around. And when I pulled him out, I heard my arrow break. And so I was like, okay, whatever. No big deal. My arrow broke. I reach into the pond and find my arrow, and I'm like cleaning off the broadhead, and I look, and you know, like shooting Rage or any other mechanicals in the past, the blades are mangled.
They get mangled,
like it's a one and done broadhead.
Yep.
And these, I mean, perfectly straight, no issues, closed up the thing, like ready to shoot again.
Yeah.
You know, I was like hitting it against the table, and it was springing open, and I'm like, I can't believe it just went through all of that.
Yeah.
Chest cavity, shoulder blade on the exit, everything, and the blades are perfect on them. So, I mean, I'm a firm believer in those. I think even on bigger game animals, you can.
Oh yeah.
They're a mechanical. I would shoot at an elk or a. You know, they obviously there's people that have videos of shooting buffalo.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing with them. Like, you know, the technology behind them, if you think about it, is so genius because when it goes through, those blades are able to collapse and go around the bones essentially, you know.
Yeah.
And then they open back up in the cavity.
Yep.
And then they'll go through and then they'll collapse again through the ribs. Like it's such a. What's funny is I thought about this probably 6 years ago when I was going through all kinds of broadheads trying to figure out what I wanted to shoot, and I remember thinking at that time I was like, why hasn't somebody come up with a spring-loaded broadhead?
Right.
Like that was one thing I was just like, I can't believe there's not something like this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a couple of years later, all of a sudden Bomar comes out with it. I'm like, there it is.
Yep.
I'm like, it's genius. And he said it took him a long time to get that broadhead working. Like I think they had like 2 or 3 years of development on those things.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, they nailed it. Like there's not much. I haven't really heard any stories of them failing or not opening.
The only thing we had was when we were spot and stalking. Every once in a while, if you would hit like a weed or something like that, when you had it on your bow,
right?
Sometimes it would pop it open.
Right.
That was like the only thing that we talked about. Was like the only issue that you really have. But like at the same time, like you can still close it back up.
Right.
But they're so sharp
that
you really kind of a lot of times need those little finger things.
No,
to
you
close
do.
It back up.
I wouldn't
so
do
sharp.
it without them.
Yeah.
It would be. I would be nervous to try to because there is enough tension there where you could slice yourself good.
Oh, Bomar's posted so many videos of him slicing himself.
Yeah, and, I mean they put
broadheads.
Band-Aids in them now.
Yeah. Is that what they do?
include Band-Aids.
That's
in
awesome.
Right? Yeah, I'm like that. Well, you know your stuff's sharp if you're doing that, but yeah, that would be the only downside, and that was mainly because that sagebrushy stuff, you know, that's hard enough. Like regular grass
and stuff, like
regular grass, I don't think would deploy them,
No.
but for sure, if you bump into a little sage, you know, sprig or something like that that's coming out of the ground, it was definitely doing that. But then I saw Bomar on Instagram or something. He posted a video of him shooting the broadhead with it deployed. So
really?
open.
I think I saw that too. Actually.
And the accuracy of it was
it was still really good.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's at least good to know. Where if like in the heat of the moment, like let's say you're drawing back and maybe like my arrow rattling on the antelope, it
pops
it
open.
opened.
Yeah.
I would feel confident shooting it after seeing that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I should shoot it.
Sometime.
Yeah, with
That'd
it
be
open
fun
just
to
to
try,
make sure.
just to see. Yeah.
But
yeah, because I mean that was one thing with mechanicals that was a big complaint for a long time was if they opened up early, because sometimes only like one side would open up or something like that, and that's when it would just like be all over the place.
Burden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mechanicals have just come such a long way. Like I used to be like, okay, I should just shoot, regular broadheads, I'm drawing a blank.
Fixed blade.
Fixed blade, yeah. But like anymore, it's like you have such a smaller margin of error with a fixed blade. With a mechanical, like you're going to do so much more damage. And if you have just a shot that's just slightly more marginal, like you cut so much more that you just have so much more opportunity to actually hit something and kill it,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, those beasts, the one I shot the antelope with was, I have the 2s, but that was the 2.3 because I wanted to test out the big, to see.
I think that's perfect for antelope hunting.
I mean, dude, you're talking.
It's a big cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like that's the only, like usually if you're at a slight angle, like if you think about the way those blades open and deploy, it's not 2.3 inches like broadside.
Yeah.
I mean, it is if you hit them broadside, but it's, if you're quartering even a little bit, there's a chance you're getting 3+ inches of a entry and exit wound out of there. And when we were cleaning that antelope up, the guys were looking at the inside cavity just because they were so blown away at what happened. They're like, we got to see what y'all hit. I mean, I severed the top of it, or his top of his heart from the arteries that go into it. There was nothing left of his lungs. It was just coagulated bubbles.
Yeah.
And then I hit the very top part of his spine with the blade so that you could see where it had nicked that. And then complete pass through, entry and exit. The front shoulders were destroyed on it. I mean, it was carnage. But, I mean, as far as destruction goes, and antelope are smaller body anyway, so to hit all of those vitals wasn't shocking, but just to show like how much that wide of a cut, that much damage.
Well, I don't remember if it was Bomar or if it was somebody else. I was watching a video one time where they were talking about, shooting a fixed blade compared to a mechanical. They're like, you shoot a fixed blade through the cavity of a deer or whatever, right? You have like let's say the cavity is 16 inches wide.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff you're cutting through that 16 inches, let's just say if it's a 3/4 inch broadhead, or let's just say a 1 inch broadhead,
right?
You're cutting 16 inches of stuff in that cavity, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Where now if you're using a 2 inch or 2.5 inch expandable, you're cutting through that 16 inch cavity. You're cutting up to 32 inches of stuff through that cavity.
Right.
So like you're just doing so much more damage throughout the entire cavity.
Yeah.
Which is going to give you way higher odds of actually killing something because you're doing so much more trauma.
Right.
So that was one of the reasons. I don't remember who it was that was saying that, but I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense because you're causing a lot more trauma throughout the whole cavity.
Right.
Instead of just, you have that one shot. You got to be right, that perfect shot.
Right. I mean, especially I think like what you're saying is like, think of a gut shot.
Yeah.
In the intestines or something.
Mm-hmm.
The more damage you can do through that area, the better. Like a fixed blade through the gut, you're obviously going to hurt them and nick the gut or whatever. But if you can make a entry and exit through the soft part of that midsection and then cut intestines in half from, you're going to have a mess when you gut it. But I think you're going to have a dead buck 10 times out of 10 if you play your cards right and don't bump them. Where, I've seen gut shot fixed blade deer go, miles and live for days and then finally die of infection type of thing. All the arteries and vessels and things like that you cut to with a bigger cutting diameter. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying you can't use fixed blades. There's a ton of guys that kill a ton of stuff with them, but I think for the most part, those mechanicals have come such a long way, and the design and the technology behind the beast is, it just makes sense. And so, like even going like to New Zealand and doing that bigger animal like red stag or whatever, Ty told me he used the beast broadheads and was, they worked perfectly. So I think even on bigger, you see Bomar shoot a Cape buffalo with them from like 70 yards.
Yeah.
Like no one shoots a Cape buffalo at 70 yards.
No,
and
especially with a mechanical.
Yeah, and smoked them and huge cut and went down. So they're good. They're good broadheads. But yeah, I could have probably thrown a rock at that antelope with how close he was and
could have shot it with a slingshot.
Been fine. But yeah, it did. That setup did wonders.
That's so cool.
So yeah, three antelope out of there in 3 days.
You guys all end up killing then? Besides
everybody except the Noel, and he's pretty new to bow hunting. And
did he just hit the no zone? Is that what you said it was?
Yeah,
high.
Yeah, exactly. Just
that's one of those things with the mechanicals. I'm telling you, because like remember that buck I shot a few years back?
Yeah,
and I had the picture of him the next night, the trail cam picture. And
right.
We were like, "How is that deer not dead?"
Right.
If I was using mechanical, I think that deer's dead.
Yeah.
Because I had just barely missed the vitals. It was like so, like, because when you saw the exit wound, you're like, how is he not dead?
Right.
And I was shooting a fixed blade at that time. It was like a 3/4 inch fixed blade.
Right. You were doing like the heavy arrow.
Yeah, I had the heavy arrow set up and the fixed blade, which is fine. But like, I'm just like, at that point, I was like, if I would have been shooting a fixed blade, I think there's a pretty good chance that deer's dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you live and you learn on those. And I think knowing what we know now, based off enough screw ups with other things, and even I had a screw up on a really, really big buck that I feel like if I would have had the beast for that, I know Bomar had a video where he shot that buck essentially exactly where I hit that one, and that buck I hit probably died somewhere, but I mean I looked for weeks trying to find that thing and never did find him, but Yeah, I think knowing what we know now, it's more about the get as much cut as you can and let the broadhead do as much as much work as possible. But yeah.
So Antelope was good though, Wyoming. Good trip.
Yep.
What day did you end up coming back then? Because you guys came back early, right?
Yeah, we came back on Thursday. Noel had to be back, so I rode back with him.
Okay.
Actually, I think everybody went back Thursday, but technically we had Monday through Thursday to hunt, go home Friday, so we got back a day early.
Oh, nice. That's nice. That's got to be nice. We don't know. I don't know what that feels like for the most part. I mean, Colorado, I guess we came back a day, I think, early.
Yeah.
But Nebraska, we've never come back early.
No. If anything, we could use a few more days when we go out there and do that.
We just like to just punish ourselves for a full week every time.
I know.
Just be full miserable and talk about how we're never going back. And then 6 months later, we're like, so we going back out there again? Or?
Going back out, guaranteed. Yeah, I know. It's like a weird, you're addicted to the misery of it.
And, it is.
And you and I have talked numerous times. The country out there is
just such a great
amazing.
Area. It's just, I mean, I don't know what it is about it. It's just such a peaceful, just beautiful area to be in. It's just something different.
Yeah.
Especially for Nebraska. Like, we're used to the eastern side of the state, which is it's just great.
Right.
But that northwest section of the state is just something different.
Yeah. It doesn't even feel like you're in Nebraska.
No, it doesn't. But it's just so quiet. It's just so, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it, but
yeah. No, that's exactly it. Quiet, peaceful, untouched.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, even in certain parts of Colorado or, Wyoming's maybe a little different. But even like, let's say where we're hunting in Wyoming, I mean, he's got 20,000 acres, but he's got tons of wind towers, tons of oil.
Yeah.
The pipeline runs through there and they do a fracking, whatever thing there as well. So there's actual... the railroad system or the oil companies or whatever pay to have a railroad system through his property.
Oh, sure.
So it's like there's trains coming through. You can hear the trains and all that kind of stuff where out at, in Nebraska, there's none of that. Like we saw that the buck I ended up hitting a couple days prior almost had him into the tank, but some random car drove down that road. We
blasting their music
on the video.
They never have music or never have cars down that road either.
Weeks we've hunted out there and not seen a freaking car, and then all of a sudden one comes by.
Luke Bryan jamming by.
Gosh, you gotta be freaking kidding me! So that's how not used to vehicles and that type of thing they are out there.
Are the antelope in Wyoming as skittish as Nebraska?
No.
I was gonna say I feel like
close.
The antelope in Nebraska we know are super skittish, but like I remember you mentioning before that you said they're not near as bad in Wyoming.
Nope. I mean and Jay does a great job on his ranch. Like they don't pressure him, they don't run him around. So the highway splits his properties. So the north side of the property, we never hunt. Yeah. Sorry, there's like a fruit fly in my face. Yeah. And that's where he takes his rifle hunters.
Okay.
So nobody goes and hunts on the north side unless you have a rifle tag.
Okay.
Nobody rifle hunts on the south side. That's only for bow hunters. Yeah. And then he manages it well, where if you shoot a couple, but like he probably would have stretched the pasture we were in if we had more tags, like
because
put guys in there.
So many there.
Tons of bucks, dude. Like 20 plus bucks.
Jeez.
6 of them, like no doubt shooters.
Yeah.
Another 6 of them were probably... we're going to get that sucker before the end of the
little gnat.
Just tons of opportunity in there, but he manages it well. They're not pressured. Like you can drive down the road and there might be one 20, 30 yards off the road and they don't move.
Yeah.
They just stand there and kind of watch it. I think if we stopped and got out, they'd probably move, but like Noel did hit his and then they went back and got my decoys that we used in Colorado.
Yeah.
And 2 of them were able to stalk back into 35 yards.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. And just follow-up shot didn't go well either. And, I mean, it's just, how bow hunting is, dude. It's so hard.
Especially antelope.
And
they're not easy.
No. And I feel like that's just one of the biggest things is, they're not easy to kill over water because they're wired, and they're not easy to get to spot and stalk because they can see for zillions of miles.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, almost everybody. I mean, everybody had an opportunity.
Yeah,
5 out of the 6 killed.
Yep.
There's no doubt in my mind that, given another opportunity, Noel would smoke one.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn through those opportunities. You learn through the failures. And we were driving back. He was kind of beating himself up over it. And I said, you know what, dude, you're a better bow hunter today than you were on Monday.
Yeah.
Through all of this, including the spot and stock, including the, it's just part of bow hunting.
It is.
It's not easy.
You're always learning.
Yep.
I mean, bow hunting is not an easy thing to do.
No.
You can put a rifle in somebody's hand and they got a pretty good odds of killing something, but
right.
a bow is a completely different story.
Right.
But
yeah. So yeah, the antelope hunt was great. And then, we could just backtrack to it.
Let's go back to the bear hunt.
Yeah, so the bear hunt, that was kind of a last-second deal. So guy I met on Instagram, Ty Eubanks, he's pretty well known, actually. I mean, he's got a huge following. And
is he just an outfitter? Is that what he's known for?
Well, he got his start, doing camera work.
Okay.
He's filmed for, all the big names in the industry. Nice. And edited and done all that stuff. Yep. And he's super good with a camera. And he, I think, had a outfit in Missouri for whitetail and big time lion hunter guy. So he moved out to Montana, started running cats with his hounds and doing that whole thing. And I followed him for a while on Instagram and chatted with him a little bit. He hunted with Alex week before we were out there.
Yep.
Had good luck. Shot a real nice antelope out there. And he had reached out and said, hey, I just bought an outfit in Idaho, and I take possession of it. And the way Idaho works, he didn't buy the land.
Right. Lease.
Yeah, you just buy the outfitting rights to it, essentially. Sure. So he's the only person that can run guided hunts on there.
That's cool.
Or any commercial type stuff. So kayaking or fishing or horseback riding or whatever. It's all, no one can go and charge and take people in there or whatever. Right. And I think some of it's just exclusive stuff for him too, but I'm not sure how all that works. But anyway, he was like, just this year, I'm going to do this deal. I need pictures and all that good stuff. Yeah. So come out, kill a bear. And so that was first part of May. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I'm able to swing this with work or whatever. And happened to have a week where I could fit it in, and went out there, flew into Missoula. He picked me up at the airport. We went out there hour and a half from Missoula, and he's telling me all about the baits, and another really good dude that was in camp. His name's Owen, and have actually become really good friends with him over the last few months, just talking back and forth. He just killed a stud muley in Utah.
Oh, nice.
And so Owen and I shared, the wall tent camp that we had there. And he's telling Owen and I about, here's what I got, here's this, here's that, where do you want to go, who wants to hunt. So I think we flipped a coin and Owen won. So he picked the spot he wanted to go to because there was a big chocolate bear coming in there. And Ty's like, well, we've got this one spot we call the hellhole. And he's like, there's a ton of bears in there. But when I say hellhole, it is not fun to get into. And I'm like, so in my mind, the lazy side of me is like, oh, do I really want to do that? But then after he was talking to me enough about the bears in there, I'm like, screw it. Let's go into the hellhole. So
what was it like getting in there?
It was rough.
So how, is it, you had to go up and what's the terrain like?
Straight uphill for probably 400 yards.
Oh, geez.
And when I say straight uphill, I'm talking
heavy.
I'm not talking like this. Yeah. I am talking you're grabbing onto things as you're bow on your back trying to, and he just got the outfit. So it's not like he had crazy trails. The trail that was there was essentially from them doing that hike, going to rebait it every day. Wow.
Can you imagine having to go rebait that every day? Dude. Oh.
Shout out to Patty McBatty and Luke for if they ever watch this for some reason. They were two college kids that I think Luke's dad was affiliated with the outfit. That's kind of Ty's business partner. Yep. And Patty was his buddy or whatever. And so Ty essentially said to him, hey, you can come out and work for me this summer and we'll trade you a bear hunt or whatever. Nice. And so those guys literally just nothing better to do in the summer. Yeah. I'll go. Heck, so they worked their butt off, dude. Hauling in, 5-gallon buckets of Pop-Tarts and oil and all this stuff. And I mean, we're talking, I didn't even like going up it just with my bow and a pack, let alone
imagine having to take all that
50 pounds of crap and oil and whatever. Like the first night, Luke took me in there, and he was going to rebait it right as I was getting into the stand, kind of to cover up the noise or whatever. And we get about halfway up, and I look behind, and the freaking oil bucket fell off his pack and rolling down the hill, and oil's just spraying everywhere. And he's like, "Oh crap!" And I'm like, "God, it is what it is," you know. And we get up in there, and I get in the stand, and he rebaits it with what he had left of the bait, and I'm thinking, well, we'll see what happens, you know. And so and we can show the picture on here. Like last light had a mammoth. Yeah, like that's what you said. The biggest bear I've ever seen. It looked like a
Volkswagen coming through or something like that.
That's what Ty named him, was Volkswagen, because he was a special bear. Like, you know, I thought about bringing a rifle, and ended up killing my bear with the rifle.
Yeah.
But I thought about bringing a rifle. You know, I wanted to go in and kill him with a bow. Obviously, that's always kind of the go-to preference. But had I had a rifle the first night, I would have shot the equivalent to a 200-inch whitetail with, you know, bear hunting. Yeah. And so I saw that giant that night, and Ty comes up to get me because it's dark and I'm not familiar with the area. And Ty hikes up there, and I get down. I'm like, dude, because that bear wandered off as Ty was coming up.
Yeah.
So he didn't like run off or anything. He just went back into the thicket, and you could hear him in there when we were getting down. Like, it was a little eerie. And he's like, really, how big? And I'm like, this is my second trip bear hunting. Yeah. But, you know, we've seen some bear before, and I'm like, big, dude. Like, I don't, no brainer, shoot him, you know, 10 out of 10. Like, I don't even know what to say. He's huge. So he's like, well, we'll check the card when we come back to bait it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so he checks it, and in the trail cam picture, you see this behemoth, and then in the background, you can see me in the stand with my bow.
No way.
Debating, like, okay, do I kill this thing or not?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't, I mean, I drew back to try to.
It was just so dark.
No way.
That's the problem when you're in the forest like that. Once the light gets low enough, you can't see.
And it was bad. Like, you know, and you're talking a all black blob, and then you're trying to find, you know, shoulder, what's that, you know, and just wasn't good. But with the rifle, you buy a little time because that scope
illuminates,
and I would have hammered him.
Yeah.
And so then second day, we were like, well, that bear probably heard us, so let's just let him chill for a day. I'll go to this other spot that had another chocolate bear, because everybody wants to kill a color face. Like that's the
thing. That's the thing that everybody wants to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And so second day, I see another huge bear, but he's down on the creek, and he was starting to work his way up. But then as he was working his way up, I look over, and there's another bear at the bait. And I'm like, holy smokes. I'm seeing bears left and right, you know. And the first night, Owen didn't see anything. Second night, he didn't see anything. I saw those two more, and Ty picked me up, and he's like, let me see the bear that's at your bait. And I show him. He's like, dude, you should have shot that bear. No. And I'm like, compared to the night before, he's like, no. The night before, you saw a unicorn, dude. You're never going to see a bear like that again in your life. He's like, that's a trophy bear. You should have shot him. I'm like, dang it. I mean, just compared to what I saw in my mind, I thought, oh man, that's a small bear.
Right.
So looking back on it, I should have shot him. But dude came in, he walked around the bait, walked around trying to get my wind, couldn't smell me. And, you know, I think Ty had said, you know, like weather plays a big pattern into how the bears move and what time they move. But like they hadn't had a ton of success, you know, the few weeks leading up to it. Yeah. He's like, you're either a big bear magnet or your spray is maybe doing something that's, you know, just giving you that edge, because, you know, it's not. I went to that spot where the chocolate bear was. That's where Owen was the night before.
Right.
He didn't see anything the night before. Then I see two bears or whatever.
Yeah.
And some of it might just be luck of the draw, but he's like, you might be onto something with that spray. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, it works. I wouldn't use it if it didn't.
Yeah.
And so, third night, I'm like, so they went and rebaited Hellhole, checked the card. I shouldn't even be saying it. You should bleep it out, actually.
What?
Because I don't want anybody going and asking to hunt there.
Okay.
Because that's my stand
your
now.
spot.
Yeah, Ty and I already talked about it. I'm like, we're gonna get a big red carpet rolled all the way up the hill and a good, nice ladder stand up there.
You need to get like a ski tow rope that just like pulls you up.
Oh yeah. We were talking about like get a big winch and I'm like, dude, it's.
Get like a cart. You just sit in a cart and it just like winches you up there.
Well, and then Patty, so this is side note real quick.
Yeah.
Patty packed my bear out on his back whole.
Oh, geez.
In freaking square toe cowboy boots. Didn't even have hiking boots on. And out of hellhole. And
really?
I'm talking like that's sketchy.
That sounds very
But he's
sketchy.
like plays D1 football for some place in Kansas or whatever. And dude, he's a mammoth.
Beast.
He was like me when I was 20, but actually in shape and all that kind of stuff.
Lifting and everything, yeah.
He's like, I've never felt more alive. I'm like, you keep going, bud. You got this.
You got it.
That's
great.
But so anyway, he said, you want to go back to that spot? That bear wasn't in there, but another cinnamon phase and another really good black bear were in there. I was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
But I'm taking a rifle too.
I want to kill one.
And he pretty much was like, you're taking a rifle because if that bear comes in, I mean, that's the, 7.5 foot giant, 500 pound. I mean, that's, and especially in the mountains, like you can shoot bears like that in Canada, I think, pretty consistently. Like it's still a trophy bear, but in Canada, you've got the chance of making that happen more times than not.
Yeah.
In Idaho, those are mountain bears. Like they're, they live a much rougher life than coming to a trash can and eating donuts out of it every day.
What's the bait like there? Like, how do they bait?
He uses, I don't want to give away his secret sauce, but like,
well, that's fine. But I just mean, like, compared to like, do they have a barrel there and stuff? Yeah. Oh, they do. Okay.
Well, so at my spot, no, he didn't. But there, couple like the one the second day he had a barrel and all that kind of stuff. He made these little crib sets where essentially they just find a depression in the ground and then pile a bunch of sticks on top of the bait so that the bear has to come in and mess around with it
to get it. Yeah.
So that's at that spot. That was what was happening. And so Ty and I were driving out. We're talking. Oh, so let me circle back a little bit. So night 3 or evening 3, we're getting ready to go out. Owen's like, dude, spray me down with that stuff. You know, just because he was like, I got to see what this is all about or whatever. And he ended up killing a stud boar at 16 yards with his bow. Like it came underneath his stand and they had hung that stand the day before. Yeah. And the 12 or 14 foot ladder or whatever was too high for where the barrel was.
Oh, sure.
So they took a section out of it. So he was only like 8 feet off the ground.
And it came underneath him?
Like he said, I was shaking so bad. He's from Texas. He's got a thick accent. Yeah. He's like, I could have jumped on that thing's back.
That's great.
But he smoked a giant. He's like, I'm a firm believer. I can't, freaking can't believe how close he was. And, they hunt in Texas. So like scent is huge down there. Like those deer are wired like nobody's business. And so, he bought a bunch for his dad and his brother to use. And, he told me his dad sprays down just to go do trail cameras and reset feeders and all that. Like they're hardcore.
They say that's the type of stuff you're supposed to do with that stuff. A lot of times, like they even say like spray your cell cams with them. Like I mean, they just say spray everything with scent killer. But obviously, a scent killer that works makes a big difference.
Right. I think when that is a factor, then it makes sense. But yeah, so and then he killed that one in Utah, that big mule deer in Utah, and he said the same thing. Like he was in a bowl and there was like 50 mule deer. He sent me this video and there's freaking mule deer 4 yards from him, all wind swirling around, and had no clue he was there.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and I like the amount of feedback, not to deter from the bear story, but the amount of feedback stories like that I've heard just this year so far. I'm like,
even for me last year with me and Braden, like.
Right. You guys had super close encounters.
I've never had that many. Last year alone, deer hunting, I've never had so many deer so close to me and never bust me.
Right.
I mean, I had countless deer literally underneath me or sniffing my ladder stand or whatever.
Right.
They never knew we were there.
Right.
I've never had that before. I've been busted so many times using other sprays or not spraying at all.
Yeah.
But like anytime I would get something that would get anything close like that, I got busted all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I don't know what the secret sauce is in it, but it works.
Well,
that's all I know.
It's just a more thorough formula.
Yeah.
Is what it is. I think those other brands are just, they're only getting half the equation. And I think we've got the full thing going on, but, So anyway, back to the bear stuff with Owen. Killed a slammer, great bear. He was pumped about it. And then when Ty and I were driving out, he had told me, we were kind of talking. He's like, you do what you want, but you know, you're here to kill a bear. Just kill a bear. I had 2 tags. Yeah. He's like, that big joker comes in again, shoot him with the rifle. Yeah. Even at the bait. He's like, just hammer him. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. I want to shoot one with the bow, but you know. And I said, okay, here's the deal. If a black bear comes in, like a black colored bear, I'll shoot him with the rifle. If the brown one comes in, I'm gonna grab my bow because it'd be cool to shoot a color phase with the bow or whatever. And really, when I got up to the stand, I'm thinking, I don't care what comes in. I'm probably gonna grab the rifle.
Grab the rifle and kill it. Yeah.
So I had my bow in my hand when the bear I killed came out and was coming into the bait, and I was like sitting there. I'm gonna shoot this thing with my bow. Yeah. Then I can like hear in my head the conversation Ty and I were having, and I'm like, all right, hung the bow up, grabbed the rifle off the hook, and you know, set up, just kind of pinned in against the tree, so I was steady, and just shot that bear at 21 yards with the 270, and he turned and ran towards the trail we walk in on. So like, I'm sitting here, the bait's right here. We walk up to the stand off the backside. So I shoot him here, and he just runs straight to the trail and dies. Nice. And I'm thinking, man, that's really close to the trail. That'll be nice for getting him out or whatever, what little trail we had. And I text Ty on the satellite, I got a bear down or whatever. And he never responded. Well, he was in the woods getting Owen's bear out with him, taking pictures and stuff. And so he comes up. It's pretty dark at that stage. And he's walking up the trail, and I'm thinking I should yell at him just to let him know, hey, I got a bear down or whatever. But I'm like, I know this thing's dead. I'm not worried about it. Yeah. And he gets up, and he's walking up the trail, and all of a sudden he stops, and I see his headlamp go up, and he goes, what the full blown. And I'm like, I holler, I said, you can't give me a 270 and expect me not to shoot something. He's like, dude, right on. He's like, you literally shot the exact same bear as Owen. Like, that's same. Funny. Yeah. So if you look at those pictures of us, off the river where we took those pictures the next day. Yep. I mean, almost identical bears. And just a great experience, great hunt. And then I think, so that was day 3. I can't remember if I hunted 4 or 5 days. But
I don't remember either. I remember you going back out. I remember that.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah. I think I hunted 5 days, but I did. I hunted another evening and then the next morning because we had a spot that had one coming in the morning, and then I had to fly out at like noon. Yeah. But anyway, it didn't get another opportunity. Wish I would have shot that one on night 2 with the bow, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Live and learn.
Yeah,
I mean, but obviously only your second bear hunt, ever. So
I'm no expert on field judging bears. I mean, I'm better now. I've seen I've seen about every class of the thing that got me psyched out on that second one was he wasn't super tall, but after we looked at it and like he had probably a Pope and Young skull.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I kept thinking, the rings on the barrel and he's I can't tell or whatever. I just overthought it. Yeah. I mean, when you see a Volkswagen the night before, everything looks small. It's like seeing a 200-inch deer and then a 130 comes by. You're like, oh, that's not a shooter. And it's like I'll never pass a 130. So I should have shot that bear. Yeah. But he was like, you should have killed that bear. But he was just pumped the amount of bears I was seeing.
Yeah, and that's good for him. Good for his outfit.
Right. Got some good pictures.
New area and stuff like he's trying to build up. I mean, that's right. That's great.
Right. And he does, like for lower 48 black bear hunting, you're not going to get a better hunt than going with Ty.
To me, like that's just a huge benefit in general. Like not having to go to Canada and deal with all that stuff. Like if there's a place that you can go in the lower 48 that you can go kill a black bear. Yeah. That's a win for me. Yeah. I'd much rather go there than go back to Canada.
Right.
Canada, not that there's anything wrong with Canada besides they suck as a country. Yeah. But I mean,
besides that,
yeah,
no,
I'd rather go hunt in America.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing about Ty and his outfit's called Mountain Savage Outfitters. He cares about giving people a world-class experience. Mm-hmm. So the camp, the tents, the wall tents, dude, we slept on these Tempur-Pedic mattresses in these I slept like a rock. Like I haven't slept that good in forever. Yeah. You're breathing the fresh mountain air in. You can hear the river, Locksaw River running right down next to you.
That's cool at night too.
Oh, dude, he would make us a fire in the stove every night before bed, and then we would get in there. It's June.
Yeah,
it's June 4th through the 9th or whatever it was.
Yep.
So during the day it could get like 90 degrees, but at night in the mountains it gets cold. And so he would make us a little fire that would last us through the night. He's got a stove in there. Ty would do it. His wife does all the cooking. Phenomenal cook. Like it's top notch.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It just sounds like just a great experience.
It is. It is. So shout out to him. Shout out to Ty, Mountain Savage Outfitters. If you want to book a black bear hunt, like hit me up and ask questions, but I will tell you, just go book it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. So he cares about getting you on big bears. Like, name anybody else in the lower 48 that you know of that is like just killing big bears left and right.
Yeah.
The cool thing is they have dogs too.
Yeah.
So
that's right. You said you could run. They'd run dogs if you wanted to.
In the morning, you can go run dogs. Come back, eat some lunch, hang out, take a nap, then get ready to go. You fish. He's got great fishing spots for fly fishing and catching trout, lake trout, that type of thing. It's top notch. Like it's definitely worth going.
We've talked about that before about like outfitters and guides, like the difference between good ones and bad ones. And it's like, so when you find a good one like that puts in that effort and that much work, it makes it that great of an experience. It's 100% worth it.
Right.
Even if it ends up costing you a little bit more money, 100% worth it.
And I would guess, I think cost wise, he's probably on the upper end of it, but it's worth it. Like it's take it from us, who you and I have done a lot of bargain hunts, right?
Yep.
And we've gone and wasted a lot of time doing bargain hunts and not had success.
Yep.
You do those once or twice, you learn that, just pay the money and go to a good outfit. And it's not like you're
getting a better experience overall.
Right.
So it's worth it because you have a way higher opportunity to kill. The whole entire experience is going to be a better experience overall. You're going to enjoy it a lot more.
Right.
It's just worth it.
Right. Yeah. And he, that's all the food, picks you up at the airport, drops you off at the airport.
Yeah.
Skin the bear, get it ready to take to a guy he has that has the rug. The rug's not included in it, but that's
that's normal.
Nobody includes tax.
Nobody includes tax.
So, but it's top notch.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great hunt. I had a blast. Met some great people. I consider Owen a great friend. Ty's an awesome friend. I'm going back out there literally in 1 month.
That's right.
To do a hunt with those same guys. Owen's going.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah,
nice.
and Ty. Awesome. So.
Are you guys going to try and do elk and mule deer? Is that the plan, or what's the goal?
So we bought elk and mule deer tags.
Yep.
And then Ty's like, "Hey, you still have your bear tag, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've got a second tag." He's like, "That's still good." So you see a big chocolate boar on a ridge or something, you shoot him.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh, I also got you a wolf tag."
Oh, that's right. You mentioned.
I was like,
that's
"What?"
Sick.
So it's like $30 or something. You get a wolf tag. So that was another. And I had told Ty in June, I said, I'll be your last minute guy. So if something comes up last minute, hit me up. I might not always be able to make it work, but, and I think Owen kind of told him the same thing. And so he called Owen and I and said, "Hey, I got these tags. Didn't really realize for this area or whatever." And he's like, "I got to know by tomorrow morning, like by 8:30, because I have to buy the tags tomorrow. Otherwise we don't get to use them."
How do the tags work with the outfitter? Do outfitters get so many tags or whatever? Okay.
Yep,
I didn't know how it worked like in Wyoming. I know every state's different with all that stuff. So
yeah, I mean, they're outfitter tags. So he could have sold them to anybody.
Okay.
And it's a draw area for non-residents. So for me to get that tag, even normally I'd have to draw.
So you got to get points and stuff like that.
Right.
Nice.
And so he was like, "I'll sell it to you, dirt cheap, and if you get out here, we'll figure out what we're gonna do." But
what's your plan then? Are you going for elk first, or what's your like?
Probably whatever, so he's got archery guys he's taken in there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got horses. It's a backcountry horseback, wall tent setup type thing.
Yeah.
And he's got archery guys going in. I think either this week or next, maybe.
Okay.
And then, so we're rifle hunting.
You're just rifle hunting?
Yes.
Okay. That's great, dude. You could just go kill everything.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm like, give me the highest success possible.
How sick would that be if you killed an elk, a mule deer, a bear, and a wolf?
Oh my gosh. Probably quit hunting. Like, I'm done. That just freaking, I'm going to retire.
Did you hear wolves when you were there last time?
No, but he had pictures of them, like coming to the baits and stuff.
Heard them at all, like at night,
No, I mean, I don't think we did.
Yeah.
I think one night I kind of felt like I did, but I also he was picking up another guy that was hunting, and he got to me late. And I was sitting on the ridge, and I'm pretty sure I was hearing everything because I was like, man, I got no cell service up here. All I have is my bow. I didn't have the gun at that point or whatever. And I'm like thinking, man, if a wolf came down this road right now, I'd be hosed. But no, so rifle hunting, and I'm showing up on the 8th.
Okay.
Rifle season's the 10th through the 20th.
Okay.
So I'm showing up on the 8th. We're going to go, him and Owen and I are going to go in on horse, get camp kind of ready, prepared, come back out the 9th, pick the remaining people up that are hunting. I don't know how many people there are. From the sounds of it, I think probably Owen and I will hunt together.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that's all going to play out, but we'll figure something out. But so then we're going to go back in the 9th, scout, kind of see what's where to set up in the morning. And then hunt the 10th through the 20th. So it'll be a 10-day hunt. Yeah. And whether I've heard there's big whitetails in there, there's good mule deer. Yeah. I know they kill
deer tag's good for either one, I'm assuming.
It is. Yep. And then that area, you're always going to have a chance at a bear. Yeah. I think we'll see some bear for sure. Yeah. And then the wolf will just be more. Yeah. Just in case, like randomly we get a shot at one, but then and then I think I'm flying out. Let me look. October 21st. Yeah, so we're hunting the 10th through the 20th, and then I fly out the 21st. Okay. Nice. Like in the evening on the 21st. So yeah, I'm gonna get to do the whole. At first I was like, dude, I can probably only come for a week, and then I'm pretty much gonna have no vacation by the end of March.
Yeah, because then you're going to New Zealand in December. Is that right?
No, in March. So March.
You're going March is when you're going to New Zealand.
Yeah, 9th through like the 25th, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have no vacation. But then I also told Ty I'd come out and bear hunt again. So I'll have to figure out what to do with that. But
I want to go. I want to come film.
Yeah, dude, you should. I mean, he has. Because he's big into film. Like one of the stands I hunted, he had 3 stands in because it was a father and a son, and then they were filming for some YouTube show they had or whatever. And so he's very accommodating. That's another thing I should mention for people who want to film. Like Chad Mendez, the UFC fighter, he was hunting with him.
Oh, was he?
Ty was filming him.
Nice.
Because he's got a show and Instagram and all that stuff. So he's 100% set up for filming.
That's sweet.
I just you and I have talked. Personally, for me, self-filming, I'm not going to do it anymore, other than turning on a GoPro. And, I just look at the success I've had this year, not having to worry about filming, and then look at the last couple of years of overthinking the whole film thing. And,
I get it.
Shout out to the guys that can do it. I'm not one of them. Yeah. I need to be in the moment thinking about the kill and the, making sure I'm making a good shot and going through the whole process. And last thing I want to do is worry about a camera focusing or whatever. So, and then it's like, it's just tough to take vacation, and you got a family and life and everything too. So it's hard to just, hey, I need 6 weeks of your time this year or whatever. As much as we all want to do that. I mean, I'd love to, but
I know, wouldn't it be great?
It's just hard with, especially like the June, like that's your guys' busy work. I mean, that's just a hard, but had I known we weren't going to do any antelope, maybe you could have swung it in June.
Yeah, I probably could have this year. Honestly, looking back at it now, we actually ended up having like our best staffing year. So it's like, I probably could have made it work, but at the time I didn't want to try and, do that and put that burden on just because I just didn't know.
Right.
But looking to next year, we'll see.
Yeah.
See if we can make it work.
It's an option. I mean, he'd be game for whatever. And
I've never been to that area, so it's a new area to go to.
Oh dude,
that's my thing. Is like, even if I'm not hunting, I love going to new places. Yeah. It's like, you still get to go new areas and enjoy the scenery, and
way cooler than Canada from a mountain perspective. Like when we were in Canada,
it wasn't really mountainous.
Wasn't mountainous, but it was deep timber.
Yeah.
Like you were in thick timber.
Yeah.
And then the lakes in Canada are obviously like next level, but this is truly mountain hunting, and the bears are they're steep, rugged country, mountain terrain, and getting in and out of that stand wasn't easy. He's got super, like, don't let that, anybody that watches this, don't let that deter you from going. He's got easy money,
got set up
50 yards off the trail type setups.
Setups for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't matter if you're, he's got setups. You want to sit on the ground. If you want to sit in the tree stand, if you want to glass a big open area, like he's got tons of options. So
that sounds cool. How many acres does he have?
I think it's like 250,000 is their outfit. So, I mean, he can, and it sounds like next year they're going to run like 4 different camps. So he'll have 4 different, like we had 1 camp this year. Yeah. He's going to do that 4 of those and then run hunters through it and then kind of rotate through his presence or whatever in each camp. But, I'm excited to see how he grows that thing. And
sounds like he's got a pretty good setup and pretty good. It sounds like he's doing it right. So
he knows what he's doing. He's
going to do well, I think.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing and he works his butt off. Like, with certain outfitters, you can tell if they're working hard or not. And Ty's one of those that's working hard for sure. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that because I killed one and I'm going back out with him. I'm legitimately saying you
could see
puts the time in. Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Yep. So,
we got Anywind, right? What's the story on that now?
We have thankfully had a lot of success this year with it. A lot of guys successful.
I like the new label. He was showing it to me. It's first off, this part of the label is actually like a cool, like really nice feeling.
Ashley's gonna,
but then it's got the
raised
lettering. But like just in general, like the whole thing is just sweet.
Yeah. Ashley redid the label completely. Redesigned it all, made it look real clean cut. And then that's a soft touch thing. Yeah. She found a company that did this in the USA, and
that's cool.
It's soft touch, and then this is like kind of accented and raised off of the actual label itself. But Anywind Field Spray. So we talked about that right before the show in January. We had great success at the show. Got lucky that a couple goofy stories panned out where these guys that bought some sprayed their shoes and couldn't believe how there was no smell in like 20 minutes or whatever.
Excuse me, 20 seconds. Or something like that.
Yeah, their socks and their shoes. And within 20 seconds, they were not smelling them anymore. And then I had talked to Shields about it a little bit for people in the Midwest and, heck, even out west, there's quite a few Shields.
Is blowing. They're pretty much getting everywhere now.
I think there's 34 stores. You still run into a few people like on the eastern side of the
East
country.
Coast, there's not quite that much.
They don't really know, but it's a big, like, no knock on Cabela's or Bass Pro, but
it's a better version of them.
Yeah, Shields is just top notch. They have a great bow shop, great whatever. But anyway, there's one in Omaha and one in Lincoln out here. In Omaha, you can buy it at the Omaha store right now. Hopefully have a purchase order from Lincoln here soon. But they're carrying it. I've just had a ton of guys using it and having great success with it. Yeah. Jake Downs is a big time hunter, big time recurve guy, traditional bow hunter, and he just killed his 21st of 29 for the North American Super Slam.
What was it, the Tool elk or whatever?
Yeah, Thule elk.
Thule, is that what it is? Yeah.
Yep, and they're hard to hunt, like scent wise. It's big open area, it's hot, like it's a July hunt, so it's a weird time of year, but that's when they rut. And he had a couple different situations where he thought for sure I'm going to get winded here and didn't. And even his outfitter was like, dude, I don't know how that happened. Yeah. And I guess the owner of Kinnetrek Boots was out there hunting the week before, getting busted left and right. And Jake, if you listen to his podcast too, Earn Your Hunt podcast on Spotify, he talks about, he was saying he was hunting out of this horse trailer one day.
That's right. I saw the pictures from that.
And he's like, I was farting in there and spraying it in the air and then it wouldn't smell. And I'm like, well, that's a perfect testimony for, he even said on his podcast, he's like, oh, Jake's going to love these reviews I'm giving him or whatever. But honestly, just him talking about it, his following, all the other guys that have used it. Owen had great success in Utah with it. Guy in Montana had called me and talked about it. I'm getting kind of reports from all over. I think today we shipped our first order to Maryland.
Oh, nice.
So that's 18 states that we've sold in online.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we've got that. And then the Shields stuff has been cool too. I don't know who all runs the Shields Outdoors Instagram. They've got a couple 100,000 followers, but they're going to run it this fall and see what they think of it. And, awesome. They're excited to try it. And, I mean, it's just even antelope hunting, like obviously antelope, their main sense is their eyes.
Yeah.
You have whitetail, their main sense is their nose.
Right.
And bears are the same way. Main sense is their nose. Mm-hmm. And my goal is just to use it on everything. Yeah. You got Jake killing a Thule elk in July with it. Yeah. You had Owen killing a big mule deer. You had this guy in Montana calling me, telling me about an antelope he got 4 yards from spot and stock. And I'm like, hearing all these stories and like that stuff gets me so fired up.
Yeah.
Even more than killing stuff myself, because like that's a product we came up with. Ashley and I have busted our butts to make it a real brand. She's really, I mean,
she's put a lot into
brownie points aside. Everything on this label and our website and graphics and verbiage and the regulatory and even the cost of everything, she has handled all of it.
Yeah.
And done a phenomenal job, in my opinion, and gotten it to where it's an actual. I mean, remember the prototype bottles I gave you guys, where I like pretty much Sharpied Anywind on it? Yeah,
I still got it.
And then, Ashley did our logo. She did everything. So Ashley's my wife, for those who don't know. But yeah, she knocked it out of the park, and it's really taken off this year, and I just can't wait to keep hearing the stories that roll in, because. That gets me fired up when someone will message me and say, dude, you won't guess what happened or whatever, and tell me the story or whatever. I'm like, that's a product we came up with. We put it into the market. People bought it, trusted us, which that means the world to me. Like that, anybody I've talked to, like, we've had our fair share of UPS nightmares and, crushed bottles or whatever. And we always, hit us up on Instagram or our website, and we get it taken care of immediately. Yeah. Like we're not waiting to figure out who did what.
We're trying to do some warranty claim or something dumb. It's just let's just get your product.
Taking care of the customer, and then I'll fight UPS later about whatever. But yeah, they it's like hearing those stories and people having success with it. It's a great formula. It is definitely different than what is out there today because of the natural and synthetic odor stuff. Like I said, it I don't want to give away all the secret sauce, but it's capturing the whole picture of scent elimination.
It just kills it all.
Right.
What's kind of weird about it, like to think about, is it almost like you think of like ozonics, right? Like people use ozonics because they're like trying to fool the deer, and like that gives them that opportunity. And it's like it's almost like having an ozonics running.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like anyway.
Right.
It's like you spray everything down, and it's almost like the deer are just like, they can try and wind you.
Right.
Or
they're always trying.
They're always trying, but they just, for whatever reason, they just can't.
Right.
And so then they're just kind of like, all right, everything's good.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what it seems like to me. It's like, they can't figure it out. It just, I don't know what it is.
No, I agree with you. It's definitely, I mean, a deer's always going to, and here's, I'll give the spiel on it. I mean, a lot of people probably heard me say this already, but when we did that show, everybody was kind of like, I hunt the wind, like, hey, I do too.
Yeah.
Right. Like nothing replaces good woodsmanship. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go in on a crappy wind just to go in on a crappy wind.
Right.
But I've gone in on crappy winds testing this.
Yeah.
And when that big buck or that big old doe hits your, that wind swirls, hits the back of your neck, and they're going to bust you. Yep. Like you just know as a hunter.
Yep.
I haven't had it happen yet.
Right. Well, and it's just like you were just saying, like the guy that was like in a bowl, like you're in an area where the wind's swirling everywhere.
Exactly.
And the thermals are just pulling your scent down.
Right.
It's like those are the types of areas where it's like, that's where you need it.
Right.
Like that's where it's going to make a difference.
I mean, dude, he's got videos of these mule deer 4 yards there, and then he's like turning the camera and they're walking behind him too, and he's just with his bow just sitting there. I mean, there's like 50, 60 deer in this bull. It was insane. Crazy. They were just everywhere, crossing and moving, and so it really does work well. And I think the more people use it, like I can sit here and give the sales pitch and the spiel. Mm-hmm. Ozonics is $400 and some. This is $20 for a bottle, $16.99 for the 16 ounce. Like, if you're a guy that uses spray, like some guys just don't believe in it. And I'm not saying you have to, don't fix what's not broke type of thing. But guys that are using spray, like this is a superior one. Guys that want to give it a whirl who maybe lost faith in it, I promise you're going to love it. You know, I mean, this is how much I have faith in it.
Yeah.
Shields bought a ton of product from me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to offer to take that product back, but I told them at the end of the year, whatever they don't sell, I'll buy back from them.
Yeah.
Because I'm confident that they're going to sell all of it.
Oh yeah.
If I was just scamming people, right? I would just say, buy hundreds of bottles from me and walk away.
Right.
No, I have enough faith in it that I know people are going to buy it and use it and like it and come back and buy more. Yeah. And, I have enough faith that we roll the dice on the fact that, I'm buying back whatever they don't sell.
Yeah.
And to me, that's almost a money back guarantee to Shields.
Pretty much.
Hey, if it doesn't work or you don't think it's selling like it should, or people aren't coming back and raving about it, no worries. I'll take it back.
Yeah.
And everybody that's using the product, like they're going to have success with it. It's going to give them that edge. And I can confidently say that just because I have enough friends who have used it, know enough guys in the industry that are using it. We've used it for years. I mean, you guys were the biggest, like, why aren't you selling this? I mean, up in Canada when you were spraying
that was when I was sold. I had my Sitka core lightweight hoodie and smelled like BO from sweating, sprayed it down, it dried. And I was like, there's no smell anymore.
Right.
It's gone.
Right. And so that actually brings up a good point. Because some of these guys who are antelope hunting with open the bottle and smell it, and it has a faint odor, right? Like there's a formula but that's why it says on here, spray it on your gear, let it dry, hunt any wind.
Yeah.
You got to let it dry.
Yeah.
As it dries and oxidizes, that's where all of the magic happens with it. And that takes like 20 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't take long.
I'm not saying you got to put it in a dryer.
You're soaking it, like you're just spraying it down. Yeah.
Right. And so, I do say that to people because I'm sure like at some stage, but I mean, no one's said anything. We've sold probably, not including Shields, 350 bottles this year, probably. Yeah. And, I was hoping to maybe hit 1,000 by the end of the year. I think that'd be awesome, but nobody has reached out and said, oh, it smells weird or whatever, Yeah. And if you remember any of those sprays, like Dead Downwind,
they all have
Scent Killer, they all have a little scent of some sort, right. So, I just always, like, I know at some point we're going to hit a skeptical customer who's like, oh, I don't know about this or whatever. And to me, I'm like, I don't know. There's a lot of dead stuff on the ground already that I'm not saying it's the reason it's dead, but it definitely helped in the scenarios. Even Antelope, same thing.
I used to spray down with all the other stuff all the time, and I still get busted. So
right.
That stuff didn't work, but
I
mean, so far this stuff has.
Right.
So
I mean, when a deer wins you, know, I mean, they're flicking their nose, they're blowing at you or whatever, and I just don't have it happen anymore. If a deer busts me, it's because they saw me move, and generally they're in a tight enough space at that point that wind is no longer a major player. They can wind you from 100 yards away.
Well, and like you even think about like that fence line spot that you sit all the time. Like there's deer that come from every direction in that area.
You can't pick a wind for that spot because they'll come from anywhere, and which that was my main testing ground for this.
And you're always just sending videos of these deer walking by like right next to you. And
no idea.
Yeah. You're like, he came directly downwind. Like,
the big birthday buck that I smacked in the shoulder.
Yeah.
He was northwest wind blowing directly at him on a string, came in. And I didn't have any doe urine out. I didn't have any, I mean, if any day I thought that was going to be
the day you'd get busted.
Yeah. And didn't happen.
Yeah.
He didn't know I was there till I bapped at him and then yanked a shot into his shoulder.
That's a different story.
No, that
it happens.
I'm not convinced. Yeah. We don't need to hash that one out. I think there was some operator error coupled with potentially
quartering to
and maybe some equipment stuff, but anyway,
that's right. Isn't that when we didn't we think your fletchings hit the rest or something like that?
Yeah, because in the video you can see my arrow whirly birding a little bit. It was either I was shooting Rage at that time. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was either one of those was open or my rest didn't drop away.
Timing was off or something.
Yeah, because I had kind of crawled in the last little bit to my stand because he was already down there. down there, meaning I got a picture of him the night before and I knew he was going to be in the area, and I was trying to just be as slow and low as possible getting into there, where maybe
who knows,
something bunched up on my string. But
that bow was never a good bow anyway.
No, that thing was cursed.
Never had good luck.
I hated
with
that
bow.
thing. Couldn't wait to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Anyway, with the wind stuff, I just, and like, me, the guys that use it know me.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of guy that's like gonna try to sell someone snake oil.
Yeah.
Like I really, if I'm gonna put my name on something, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same reason why I tell people to buy a Hoyt. Like, I've always had good luck with them. If I didn't have good luck with them, I wouldn't tell people to buy a Hoyt just because I have a Hoyt.
Yeah.
I've had enough good luck with them to say, yeah, this is something I want to tell people to buy.
Right.
And hunters are finicky. Like, they're going to try stuff. And, a lot of hunters are gear guys where they want to try the latest and greatest or whatever. It's kind of part of the reason why, with Jake, like, he's the same way. He's way more hardcore than I, because Jake is famous enough to get any sponsorship he really wants to get.
Right.
But he doesn't, because he doesn't want to be tied to telling somebody this is the best gear if he doesn't believe it's the best gear.
Right.
And so for him to use it and give me the feedback he has and trust it on a super slam hunt.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Thule elk are not cheap to hunt. They're extremely expensive. So for him to trust our product, to use it, to have the success he did, it's huge, and I'm sure a vast amount of the online orders across the country we've had have been from him talking about it. So I just hope that everybody uses it and has that same type of success and get some good feedback. And then it's just a momentum thing. Then it's just more people using it and killing stuff and tagging us. And,
well, that's the thing. I mean, you look at, if you have a product that is truly a good product and truly works, the name itself is going to just continue to sell it.
Yeah.
It's the products that are skeptical or not, maybe work, maybe don't work. Like, those are the products where, like, that's where marketing comes in. People are trying to push and market it. Where it's like, when you have a product that actually is good and actually works, it's just going to slowly and continually just sell itself.
Right.
And that's what this is going to do.
And first off, I appreciate that. And second off, we talked about going into this season, Ashley and I talked about, should we market? Should we do some advertising? And we ultimately decided not to, just for one reason, not to get too big for our britches too quick.
Yep.
Formula wise, I'm like, we nailed it.
Yep.
There's nothing I'm changing with that.
Yeah.
I've got some new stuff I'm working on that I'll tell you about later. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it top secret until it's still scent elimination stuff, but a new kind of kick on it that I think could be really cool.
Yeah.
And not changing the formula, just a different method, if you will.
Sure.
But we talked about, do we advertise and do all this stuff? And, ultimately I kind of said, let's just let it grow organically. Yeah. Let's let it, this was just a passion project that Ashley and I had of, like, let's see if we can build a company and build a brand and make it well known and reputable. And, so there's things that, we're like, I tell people all the time, I love the feedback, good, bad, ugly, whatever. I want to hear it because that's how we get better as a company.
Yep.
Ashley watches the emails on the website, the Instagram, the Facebook. She watches it like a hawk. So if someone's got a question, we're on it. Like, we're responding within minutes. Yeah. It's not like we're, waiting 48 hours to get back to somebody. Like, someone has an issue with shipping, we're on it. We got a thing today about UPS let this guy know that they needed to reach out to us to say this wasn't shippable. Their shipment was lost, essentially. And, like, I'm a consumer as well.
Yeah.
That stuff pisses me off. I can't stand that, So Ashley, within a few minutes, emailed the guy, let him know, hey, here's your new tracking information. We got a new one sent out. It's on its way. Yeah. Pick the fastest shipping we could possible. We eat that cost as a company. So I'm probably losing money on the bottle we're sending him because profit wise. But for me, I just feel like that's doing the right thing by our customer.
You take care of the customer. That makes a big difference.
Right. And so, we do that. And then he, in the contact form, put his phone number in there. So I called him and left him a voicemail too and just said, hey, introduced myself and explained the situation. And, like I said, it's nothing Ashley and I did. We packed it and shipped it and whatever. UPS loses it, in Pennsylvania somewhere. I don't, what do I do?
Shocking.
I can't do anything except get him a new one out ASAP, and maybe ship it. I hope Ashley picked FedEx for that one or something. Because I'm like, but yeah, it's going great, dude. I mean, it's slow and steady, growing and building. And I think just the more, I'm really, really pumped about this season, see what people get knocked down with it. Just knowing it's going to be in 18 different states. There's going to be 18 different states with Anywind sprayed in it. Someone's going to be hunting with it. And hopefully they have that great success like I have and everybody else has. And we just continue to build off that.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that takes us back to the Anywind, and then that's pretty much it.
Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you got coming up?
I don't know.
Obviously, you're going. We mentioned you were going to New Zealand.
What are
you going to kill over in New Zealand?
Yeah, that's going to be a huge one. I am going in March with a place called Real Kiwi Hunting, and I'm going after stag, so red stag, tar, which if people don't know what a tar is, they're like a mountain goat kind of. Yeah. Himalayan tar is what they're called. Okay. And then fallow deer as well.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
And then it sounds like Ty's actually been there. Jake's been there to the same place I'm going. Mm-hmm. It sounds like there's like all sorts of stuff to go after. Oh, so nice. Like if we get done with those, there's like a bunch of different sheep they have and wild boar, and you can duck hunt or goose hunt and New Zealand sounds like I might want to move there or something after I get back. We'll see how it goes, but they're very conservation's a big thing for them, but all the animals in New Zealand were imported there over hundreds of years. Yep. Like there's nothing native to it. Yeah. But there's these big outfits that have, all these animals on it. And like Jake was telling me, it's like, Jake told me like every hill you come over, there's something to go after. That's cool. And then Ty was telling me like, you feel like you're in an AI simulated environment. Like it's just so beautiful. You have the ocean, you have the mountains, you have all the, like everything. And so I'm stoked just to see what happens with that. I'm going to try to get some Anywind internationally over there. I've got those concentrates. So I'm going to try to take it with and see, then I can, like it
should work.
Yeah.
You just pack it in your check bag.
Right. For sure. In the check bag, I don't
think
we'll
have
an issue.
Sweet feature about Anywind that you might have mentioned it before, but you guys you can get just the concentrates, right? So like if you are flying somewhere and you can't take your whole bottle of field spray, you can get just the concentrate. And then when you get to wherever you're going, you get a bottle, dump it in, fill it up with water, boom, just like that. Now you got your Anywind Field Spray.
Yeah. So like that you could get an empty bottle, and we sell empty bottles, and the 1 ounce concentrate that comes with it. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember if Ash changed it on the website yet, but it's TSA approved. Yeah. I didn't even check it. I carried it on. Yeah. Through security
because it's less than so many ounces. Right. So it's under 4 ounces or whatever. Right. So yeah.
It's 1 ounce in an empty bottle. Yeah. And then you essentially fill water up to the top of this label is 16 ounces. Dump your or just a little under 16 ounces, but get it roughly to the label. It doesn't have to be, you don't need a beaker and a syringe or something, but and then dump your concentrate in, shake it up, and you're good to go. That's what I did in Idaho. Yeah. I just literally got to camp. I grabbed a water bottle like this that's 16.9 ounces.
Dumped it in.
Filled it up with a little bit left and put my concentrate in, and that's what I used all week.
That's genius.
Yeah, it worked great. And so that's a great option for flying. Yeah. Like a lot of guys, the reason why they don't take this stuff on Western hunts or whatever, even packing into the backcountry, no one wants a 16 or 32 ounce bottle sloshing around on horseback, or no one's like, when you go on a backcountry whatever hunt, the last thing you want to do is add 2 pounds of liquid to your pack that you're trying to keep down to a minimal amount. Exactly. So once you get to that base camp or get to a wall tent camp or whatever you're doing, and we're in the middle of sourcing it right now, but we've got some other stuff coming for bottles, and that I think is going to be good for backcountry hunters and that type of thing. So
that's awesome.
I think, it's funny because it's like scent elimination has been around for a long time.
Right.
but there's been like no innovation outside of like the scent thief guys or the nose jammer guys who are doing that's different. You're not eliminating scent. You're just covering really.
Yeah. You're trying to basically fool them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which, there's a bunch of different ways to go after that. But for truly eliminating scent, odor, natural and synthetic, we've got it covered, and it's top-notch formula. So
yeah. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, New Zealand, that's coming up too. So hopefully get some good videos and have some good success out there, and then come back and lick my wounds for PTO that I'll never have again, and see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. I might have to ask my boss if I can go negative or something.
Yeah.
Can I just what you can. Constantly run 40 hours negative?
As long as you get your work done, right?
Right. No.
Well, cool, man. We'll have you on again after your Idaho hunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
After that whole experience, I can't wait to hear about all that.
Right.
You kill while you're out there.
And we'll be rolling into whitetail around here too. Mm-hmm. I mean, I get back the 21st.
Yeah. You'll be coming straight back from there to straight back into the peak whitetail. I think me and Teddy we're planning a trip to go. We're gonna go public land warrior.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Tell me what you guys got on tap. We
don't have a lot. We don't have a lot on tap, but we're gonna go up to the area where we used to hunt, up in that not quite the Valentine area,
Right. Yeah, the mule deer meccas.
Yeah, there's some. We always rifle hunted up there, but now we're gonna go bow, and there's a lot of land there. A couple areas that we used to hunt, and then there's a couple other ones that we never did because they weren't in our unit when we rifle hunted, but they look really good. So we're gonna go up there for like 4 or 5 days and just go see if we can get on something. So we're gonna do that sometime in end of October, I think. So
is that going after mule deer mainly, or just whatever?
Mule deer or whitetail. There's both up there. I mean, there's both. We've always seen good muleys and good whitetails. So
nice.
We'll go for whatever we can get a shot at. Teddy, he ain't shooting anything small. So you gotta.
Teddy's he's Teddy Lukoski.
Yep.
He's the big buck killer now.
Hey, if we can get on anything over a 130, I think we're slinging an arrow at it pretty easily on public land.
For sure.
Anything over a 120, I'm probably slinging an arrow at it.
Yeah. I mean, that buck I killed in Missouri maybe broke 100.
Yeah.
And I was tickled pink with it. I'm saying.
If we get on anything decent on public land, we're one of us is sending one.
Yeah.
So
yeah, especially in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Like anybody listening to this that hunts public in Nebraska knows exactly what you're talking about.
But that's why we're going before, firearm season and everything. And I ain't got shit for pictures of good deer and out west where we hunt. So who knows how that's going to be this year. I think when the rut comes, something will come through again. Right. But it's just going to be hit or miss. Just be out there at the right time. Yeah. We know the right time to be out there, so we'll be out there for that.
Yeah. And you guys always have, bucks show up, and I don't think you'll be hurting by any means.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're there at the right time for the rut out there, it's always seems to be like the 9th through the 14th just tends to be, that's when those bucks are coming through. Right. So it's we're going to be out there for that time. I have a rifle tag this year too. So
nice.
15th is firearm season. I'll be out there with my kids and ready to kill something with them. So I'll be rolling right into that. So
yeah, dude, rifle hunting is still a blast, and no pun intended, but it's also it's like tradition in Nebraska.
Yeah, it is.
So it's
my kids love going. We just have a blast every time, and they want to see something get shot. So,
right.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, you're better off spending that time and having success when you got a kid with you, or even to me, I'm like, there's just something about being out there with a rifle and knowing that hey, that thing's 100 yards away, we're good.
Yeah, we're getting it.
And
you're not sitting there waiting. Oh, please come in here. Please come in here. It's oh, look, you're 150 yards away. Yeah, you're in trouble, buddy.
Usually after staring at those bucks on the lease that we have for 2 weeks or 3 weeks prior, being 60 yards away and hoping they leave a scrape and come down the trail or whatever, and then it's by the time rifle season rolls around, I'm like, all right,
I'm ready to pound.
Give me that rifle. Yeah.
So
exactly.
So we got some stuff coming up, but I don't really have anything planned until October. So just finish up the season with work and then move on from there. So
heck yeah. Well, it should be a good year. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, thanks for coming on again. Thanks for the shirt too. I got this. Got a couple of Anywind shirts. He did. What'd you do with that? You just did a pre-order type.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we sold actually quite a few. I mean, we don't Ashley and I's main goal is just to get the brand out there, So we did as competitive pricing as we could to cover shipping plus the cost of the shirt. And I think we sold almost 100 shirts total. So
nice.
it was,
I like the shirt.
Was quite a bit.
I saw the Antelope one. I was like, I got to get the Antelope one.
Ashley did that.
Yeah.
All these.
I know they're all Ashley, right?
Yeah.
You got the hat. Yeah.
This Hunt Anywind elk hat. This was on a shirt as well.
Yeah.
And then she did the bear one.
Yeah.
Looks like a
they're all sweet. They're really nice shirts too. They're not cheap quality. So what you need to do is make sure you go follow Anywind on Instagram.
Yeah, Hunt Anywind.
Hunt Anywind is Instagram page. Hunt Anywind Fieldspray.com or huntanywind.com.
Just huntanywind.com.
Huntanywind.com. That's their website. Go check that out. Go buy some spray because you're going to want it.
Yep.
Because it works. And so just go buy it. But so make sure you check them out and follow along. The t-shirts, they just did like a pre-order thing for the shirts on their Instagram page. So if you follow their Instagram page, then you'll know for the next one.
Yeah. Well, and I think she did actually, I should say, she did order a few extra in large and extra large.
Okay.
But that being said, if you want a shirt and you see it and you like it, hit us up on Instagram. We can, as long as we order a few of them, which with my family and you guys, we always are ordering shirts or whatever. Ones. So
cool. All right. Well, this was fun. I don't even know what episode this is because it's been too long and I didn't keep track of it. But
back at it.
We're back at it. I'll be back at it again next week. I don't know if I'll have anybody on or not, but we're in the season, so I'm just gonna start posting, and you're just gonna have to listen to me or not. So we'll catch you next time, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.